Paul Pogba's return time frame has been set out, and his ban of 4 years has been reduced to 18 months. And this has been suspension cut down because of an initial appeal to the Court of Arbitration of Sport. And the French footballer's 4 year ban has been reduced to 18 months, and he can resume from March 2025. So from January, Pogba can be seen at the training grounds of Juventus. Cristiano Ronaldo pointed up to the sky, and after scoring versus Al Rayyan at the AFC Champions League, he just celebrated about his father's past demise in the year 2005. What a way to celebrate his father's demise with a goal. But what Patrick Evra, he has claims, and what a disappointing news for the fans that Gareth Bale and Cristiano Ronaldo were linked up in 2013 with the transfer to the Red Devils Manchester United, but it was the Manchester United committee which denied of the funds for this transfer. Liverpool is in the transfer rumors, and the update about Trent Alexander-Arnold is that he is in no links with transfer to Real Madrid, as well as the last year of Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk. Salah is on the transfer rumors of association with the Saudi leagues, as well as Virgil van Dijk on the terms of just ending his contract with Liverpool. So what has Arne Slot in his bag? He is in link with transfers of Ederson, the midfielder playing for Atlanta. Hello guys, welcome back to another episode with FC RAMSAY, and what a disappointment at the Europa League in the past 2 days, where FC Porto were hosting Manchester United at their home ground of Estadio do Dragão. But in this game, United were down to 10 men, and what a way Porto has just shown their game with the goals of Pep and Omaro Dion at 37 minutes, 24 minutes, and 58 minutes. But yes, Manchester United opened the nets prior to this with the goal of Rashford and Holland in the 7th minute and the 20th minute. After that, it was Bruno Fernandes who was shown a red card back to back in 2 consecutive games at the 81st minute. But Maguire, the striker defender, how can you just imagine him scoring goals? Yes, don't deny the fact that Maguire is one of the best centre backs at Manchester United, and his scoring spree with the striker defender strategy is giving good yields. So here Manchester United look to be heading for a disappointing defeat again, but Harry Maguire's goal just ensured that they would leave the Portuguese with a point to spare in this game. Talking about the lineup, Ten Hag had so much belief in Casemiro as well as Eriksen in the midfield in the starting lineup. But yes, Casemiro was a bit disappointing because Casemiro is a player who needs some kind of orchestrating and creative playmakers for the passes at the midfield to be associated with him, because he is defensively very much aware, and he has those tackles and he has those clearances with him. But if you expect Casemiro to do those through balls and long passes for the upcoming strikes, he is not that much proficient in it. So in the starting lineups, Ahmad, Fernandes, and Rashford were there in the attacking midfields and the wings, whereas Holland was preferred the striker, whereas Zirkzee was dubbed. But Zirkzee was just substituted in the second half at the 68 minutes, along with the likes of Anthony in Garnacho. Rashford was substituted after the first half only. They're talking about the centre backs. Martinez and De Ligt were opted for the first lineup with the likes of Mazzarri as well as Dalot. So this starting lineup for Eric Ten Hag couldn't prove that much fruitful in this Europa League match against FC Porto, whereas Vitor Bruno, the manager of Porto, has the likes of Galeno, Omrodin, and Pep as their wingers and strikers, whereas Estacio was the defensive midfield playing for Porto. And the defense of Pedro and Perez, according along with Mora and Mario, were doing the good job. But the performance of both the goalkeepers from United as well as Porto were a bit disappointing, because there were 6 goals conceded in this game. So this was all about Harry Maguire's total embarrassing Manchester United, who just managed to take a point from this game. But yes, Aston Villa has said that in the starting lineup, if they get de in the starting lineup of Manchester United, then it would be a real craze. But despite that, Manchester United's Sir Jim Ratcliffe has given some kind of cryptic response when quizzed that what is the transfers of Eric Ten Hag or his sacking from the team, and he has said that he wants to maintain the composure in the team and he wants to take Manchester United to the next level. So Ten Hag is having a good backup from the United's management committee, and he is looking for a big season this here with the United, as there are no updates about his sacking and there is no kind of any approach for Eric Ten Hag from the Manchester United's management committee. Talking about the next match was Chelsea facing Ghent in the Conference League, and Chelsea had done a very decent game over here with Vega, Neto, and Kunku and Hall scoring 4 goals against Ghent, and this was the Chelsea as expected. They had just that cut above edge, and in the Conference League they eased it to such victory at their home ground of Stamford Bridge. Here talking about Enzo Maresca, who is just been seen saying that Chelsea is not that proficient enough to win the league this time. But yes, they are developing their squad. The likes of Mudryk, Felix, and Neto were seen in the starting lineup for the attacking midfields and the wingers, whereas Nkuku was preferred as the striker in this game. But yes, Mark Gui and George were brought in the substitutions, but the man of the match remains the left back Vega in for Chelsea. And this game was indeed a very good booster for Chelsea, as in the upcoming Saturdays and Sundays, the weekdays, they will definitely get a good tackle and a team formation, as well as some kind of characters can be seen building in the team. But the most important and the aspiring fact is that in the Serie A match day 7, round 7, where Napoli hosted Como, and at the Stadio Diogo Armando Maradona Stadium, the home ground of Napoli, Romelu Lukaku registered a goal and 2 assists for Napoli, and they just moved 4 points clear at the top of the Serie A with their win against Como. Talking about this match, it was Cesc Fabregas who just clashed with Antonio Conte, the manager of Napoli, as well as Como, who is being managed by the legendary Cesc Fabregas, who has a reunion of a few players in this squad, but he has to just stuck with the strikes of Courtois, and that was up to the 98th minutes. But the only goal which came was from Streleza at the 43rd minute. So yes, Lukaku associated with Conte and Cesc Fabregas. What a meeting of these three legendary back-to-back Chelsea players can be seen at the Italian Serie A round of 7. So this was about this Serie A match where Fabregas and Conte can be seen, and there are more rumors that Fabregas is going to go to some elite clubs at the end of this season. Talking about our next game was that of upcoming weekends where Crystal Palace is going to face Liverpool. But there are some disputes about the referees who are being associated with this game, whereas the transfers of Liverpool are also a bit worrying. But Arne Slot has had a perfect start to this season despite one loss to Nottingham Forest at Anfield. But they are doing good at the Champions League. As well as talking about the table, there is Liverpool on the top, and definitely in this game at Selhurst Park, where Crystal Palace is hosting Liverpool, there are much expectations from the YNWA fans. You will never walk alone, and yes, definitely we are having Arsenal as well as Southampton coming this weekend, and Manchester City against Fulham, whereas West Ham versus Ipswich. So we will having a watch along of these matches as well. Yes, guys, do stay tuned. We will be updating about the more transfers, as well as what are the rumors which are being spread, and the updates about the matches of the Premier League, the Bundesliga, and the Serie A, as well along with the Champions League and the Europa League. So stay tuned. And yes, before ending this video, do give a like, do share, do subscribe. Bye bye, guys, and keep bowling.